Matthew chapter 6, verse 16 through 18. Here, Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount says quite plainly, whenever you fast, right out of the gate, you see that this is something that Christians, true disciples, are going to do from time to time. So whenever you do fast, it's something that we should do occasionally. Whenever you fast, do not put on a gloomy face as the hypocrites do, or don't disfigure your face. Don't make it obvious to people that you're fasting, for they neglect their appearance so that they will be noticed by men when they are fasting. Truly I say to you, they have their reward full. But you, when you fast, anoint your head and wash your face, so that your fasting will not be noticed by men, but by your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Fasting, and the consistent testimony of it, when it's done on an individual level, is to be done secretly. We're supposed to try to keep it hidden from people and not talk about it, because it's really a personal thing between a person and God. John Calvin in the Institutes of the Christian Religion said this: "Let me say something on fasting, because many, for want of knowing its usefulness, undervalue its necessity, and some reject it as altogether superfluous. While on the other hand, where the use of it is not well understood, it easily degenerates into superstition." Arthur W. Pink wrote this, quote, "When the heart and mind are deeply exercised upon a serious subject, in other words, when you're really concerned about something, if something's really burdening you, especially one of a solemn or sorrowful kind, there is a disinclination for the partaking of food, and abstinence therefrom is a natural expression of our unworthiness, of our sense of the comparative worthlessness of earthly things, and of our desire to fix our attention upon things above. Fasting, either total or partial, seems to have been connected with seasons of peculiarly solemn devotion in all ages." That's a really important point. I think that's a really good biblical summary, which is why I put it at the front of this sermon long ago. We fast because we're in a season where we're burdened by something, or there's something that is really on our mind that is troubling us, something that we're praying for very earnestly. Fasting is not something that we should just do periodically for fasting's sake. It's either because of grief, maybe because of a prayer request that we have, a burden that we have that's very sharp and really hurting us. And sometimes we go into a season where we're so troubled by something, or something's really bothering us, that we just kind of naturally start fasting and we just don't want to eat. Have you ever been through something that was so heartbreaking you just lost your appetite for a day or two? That happens sometimes. The book of Jonah describes a fast over deep repentance, a sense of one's personal unworthiness. Jonah 3, thereafter, Jonah preaches his 5-word message in Hebrew: 40 days and Nineveh is overthrown. The whole city repents, and of course Jonah is very upset about that. But the passage that describes what happens with regard to a fast is really important. Jonah chapter 3, verse 5. "So the people of Nineveh believed God, proclaimed a fast, and put on sackcloth." Now, this is one that would be proclaimed, and everyone's doing it together because of their collective wickedness. And Israel would periodically do that as well.